address is 1265 Lombardi Avenue. The place is known as Titletown. Welcome inside legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. On the visiting sideline, a look there at the Carolina head coach. His guys with 2 straight home defeats to start the year and trying to find that first win out here on the road. On the other side, the head coach of the Packers. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Off we go in the rain here at Lambeau Field. Here is Bell on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. They're led out by the man who won the national championship back at Ohio State. It's Will Howard.
It's fair to say this season hasn't gotten off to the type of start they likely envisioned for themselves, but it's still early. A win here, it could go a long way towards changing the trajectory of this entire season. But what's going to make this even more difficult today, not only the worthy opponent that they face, but having to go on the road and do it here in a hostile environment. If he is able to lead his team to a win today, I think that gives them the spark to turn this season around.
Howard now to throw it. Here up. Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. And the Packers have recovered the football.
That's just got to be a really deflating way to start this game, Mike. I mean, you work on this opening script all week long with the expectation that you're going to start fast, and then you come out early, careless with the ball. They knock it loose and create the early takeaway.
The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games, and they can win different style games. You're not going to boot.
And he's into the end zone. What a start. Jordan Love. Touchdown, Green Bay. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go, take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This fielded at about the 9. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Panthers offense ready now for their second drive. They're trying to hold on to the football this time. Had the fumble on the opening possession, which led to a touchdown. So they trail early as they get it back 1st and 10. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. He'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop it for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Working out of the gun, here's Howard. Short throw that's pulled in by Mayer. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The Packers offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Trying to get it to Savion Williams there. It's second down.
At the 22-yard line.
From the gun, it's Love. That's caught at Savion Williams. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. A pickup of 21 on that connection. Good for a Green Bay first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
On second down, Love. There's a short one caught by Kraft. So he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Brings up third and 8.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that is incomplete. He was trying to connect with Matthew Golden that time. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Formation.
And a fair catch is taken. And is just inside the 20-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. This group slow to get things in gear in this one. Lost fumble on the opening drive, followed by a punt last time they had it. Drive will start on the ground. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage. From the 20, here's second down and 9. Now, Howard. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
That's good for a Panthers first down.
In motion, that's the tight end there. They'll try the zone read on first and 10. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. Slot man in motion left. On second down, Howard. He'll get this complete. It's Jimmy Horn Jr. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a third down.
And it's third down.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a first and 10. Here's Love. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From the 38 now, here's second down and 6.
38-yard line.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. Gets to the edge at the 30. And he's out of bounds, but they're going to spot this inside the 25.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He's got it at about the 8. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up first and goal.
That's good for a Packers first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Panthers' 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. Here's Love to throw. Forced out wide.
You could tell that this defense was ready for this exact play call. They know that they're going to give their quarterback a chance both through the air and on the ground with his legs. They do a nice job stopping him short of the goal line to force 4th down.
Interesting decision. A field goal makes it a 2-score game. They're going to keep the hammer down and go for it on 4th. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. Here is Bell on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense make their way out to take over once more. They're an early hole, 14-0. Start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. Play action, it's Howard. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, it's Howard. That one taken in. That's Teteroa McMillan. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. 14 on the pickup. It's good for a Panther 1st down.
14. And the Panther 1st down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Howard. Finding his tight end, Mayer. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
To the air, Howard. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. We are through 1. It's the Packers on top. And we're back. Lambeau Field in just a moment. Here's Corliss Waitman now, as he is on to punt for Carolina. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense and their running back set to go once more. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule and the ball coming out to the 35 instead of the 30. Greg, as you talk to folks around the league, there's been a little bit of a change philosophically in how to approach even when you kick a field goal in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think so much of the initial conversation is how does the kickoff team handle it? Do you pooch it? Do you kick it out the back of the end zone? And I think there's going to be a wide array of approach. But maybe the part that doesn't get talked about enough, Mike, is how the new kickoff rule actually changes how you play the game offensively. So think if you have the ball inside the 5-yard line, it's 4th and goal from the 3. In the old days, right, the days that we all remember were a touchback following a score, in this case a field goal try, you would kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, hopefully, and it would be a touchback, and you would lose 17 yards. Instead of on a failed 4th down from the 3, your opponent getting the ball at the 3-yard line, they would now get it 17 yards deeper at the 20, and you would get 3 points as a result. Now, all of a sudden, if you do settle for that field goal, the chances of my opponent now possessing the ball following the kickoff outside of the 30, I lose significant field position. So the idea is I'm going to go for more touchdowns inside the 5. I'm going to go for more 4th and goal situations because even if I fail, I would much rather defend my opponent when they're inside their own 5-yard line than outside of their own 30-yard line, because the difference in 3 points over the course is not worth the field position.
And the play callers in the NFL are a lot like the people who play the video games. Let's go for it on 4th down. We're seeing it more, and it adds to the excitement of the NFL in 2025. 1st and 10. He'll try the right side this time. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
His throw left side is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
McMillan comes in motion. They'll run, and that is Jarquez Hunter. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
2nd down, it's Howard. He's got the tight end, Mayer. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Panthers 1st down.
It's 1st down, and they'll run. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
Now 2nd and 6.
They'll send their tight end left.
6-yard line.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL. I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Inside the 10, it is caught. And he'll be forced out of bounds.
That's good for Panthers.
A run on 1st and goal. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Move back to the 10. He'll try here on 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
14. Panthers 7.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Love. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Love to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Throwing on 1st and 10, it's Howard. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Throwing is Howard. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up, wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down. Here's Howard. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Micah Parsons. What a first month he is putting together. That's his 4th sack already.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. The Packers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. Get this over the middle to Golden. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. To the ground, a 1st down run. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
A 2nd down throw for Love. That's caught by Golden, right side. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
From the gun, it's Love. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
Here's Jordan Stout now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Howard. That one's hauled in the side by McMillan. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Howard now to throw it here on 2nd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. 3rd and 2. Here we go. Now this looks like a design run. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up. Here's Corliss Waitman now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Packers offense ready to take over once again. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Love to throw on 1st and 10. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Work in the middle, that's Kraft. He's got it. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They're trying to pick this up with a jet sweep. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
A loss of 2 yards.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Green Bay. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Panthers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this 1st half. To throw it on 1st down is Howard. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
A loss of 3 yards.
On 2nd down, Howard. Short throw, that's pulled in by Mayer. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing on 3rd down is Howard. That one on target, and Polk's got it. That's his 1st reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
And the Panthers 1st down.
They'll throw on 1st down with Howard. Flushed to his left, and he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down. Howard to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Throwing again, Howard. Halftime straight ahead, and we go down to Scott Hanson, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. The first couple of weeks of the regular season were wild, to say the least. What about week 3? Let's jump in. Our look around the...
Quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Packers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The 3rd quarter begins with a run. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12.
31-yard line.
Throwing is Love. There's Pratt, the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. 18 yards on the connection. First down, Packers.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He's going to air this one out. That is brought in. And he will score. Matthew Golden. Touchdown, Green Bay. That is second TD catch of the season. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Right adds the extra point. And the Packers will take a 21-7 lead.
Panthers 7.
Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. Here is Bell on the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Panthers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. Play action. It's Howard. This one batted away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete. Second and 10. From the gun, it's Howard. This one complete right side. And he is out of bounds at the 45.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll go with a counter on first down. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle.
The lead at his 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
They'll run on second down. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's third down.
Howard to throw it here, third and short. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down.
7-yard gain. And the Panthers first down. A gain of 7. First down, Carolina.
McMillan, the man in motion. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
No gain on the play.
Second down, it's Howard. He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Third and long. Here's Howard. And they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again.
This guy's like a man amongst boys right now out here, Mike, and you just don't see these sort of dominant performances on the NFL level very often. I mean, whether they got to double team him or keep sliding the protection to him, I don't care what they got to do. Someone has to block this guy because he's completely destroying the entire game.
And we will not have a return on this one. Ball's going to hit and continue out of bounds. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. Catch is made. That is Williams. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I think the second that ball left his hand, he wanted to pull it immediately back. I mean, he is lucky, Mike. That ball didn't end up going the other way. He almost gifted them a short field and maybe even some points.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Here comes 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
Receiver in motion, going right.
At the 38-yard line.
On 2nd down, they run the counter. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. McMillan comes in motion. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. The former All-Pro, Trayvon Diggs, working his way in there to record the sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of him.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Packers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They go play action with Love. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. On 2nd down, Love makes slants into the hands of Golden. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd.
Here's Love. That's right side and brought in by Williams. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
For a Packers 1st down.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
At the 38-yard line.
Here's a design run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the Panthers 38-yard line.
From the gun, it's Love. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Love. That one caught. He finds Golden. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's another Packers 1st down.
Here's a run. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. Ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that'll be incomplete. What turns out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers going to call out the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Packers have run out to a 24-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense about ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Howard. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 29.
Motion the slot man left. Howard now to throw it here on 2nd down. Open man is Horn. It's complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. That one incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Howard. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the 4th quarter.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Here's Howard. Throw left side, taken in by Pope. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Packers' 25-yard line.
To the air, Howard. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This offense, they just can't establish any sort of rhythm. There's just no way to sustain any scoring drives when your quarterback is being pressured and sacked this often.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Howard. And that is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That one, caught! Jimmy Horn Jr. Touchdown, Carolina. That his first touchdown of the new year. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Packers offense in wideout, Matthew Golden, headed for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to have a Packers first down as the tackle is made just shy of the 40.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
He was brought down by Trevin Wallace.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. And no place to go. He's taken down behind the line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30.
7 yards. That's good for a Packers first down.
Handoff here, up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Second down throw for Love. Get this over the middle to Golden. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. And they get it at the 18-yard line. The drive stays alive. First down picked up.
First and 10.
So they move inside the 20. First and 10 at the 18. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
From the gun, here's a handoff, and he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Packers. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Right adds the extra point. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. Here is Bell on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Brings up second and 12.
On second down, Howard. Pushed out to his left. And he'll avoid the contact, sliding down, pick up a 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw is Howard. He gets that complete to his tight end man. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's 1st and 10. On again, it's Hunter. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
4 yards on the pickup.
From the gun, it's Howard. That is caught right side. That's Fanning. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5.
Going to try to pick up the 1st down with his own read. He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down. Now or never, they'll throw. And he's going to go down. The pressure too much. And that should wrap this one up as they have to give it up on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Packers offense in wideout, Matthew Golden, headed for their next possession. And a few kneel downs should do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he will have the 1st down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
The 41-yard line.
Right back to him on 1st down. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
At the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now here's a keeper on the zone read. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. So, it's a win for the Packers. It was a game played a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.